Well, I can't fucking talk about the Jays anymore, so.
Oh, fuck those guys, man.
Did they fucking lose today?
Oh my god.
Yes, they did.
Sons of bitches.
I stomped on the jersey. I was fucking angry.
They clinched the wild spot, then, didn't they?
Oh, sure. And then they fucked it 2 games after.
Oh, dumbasses.
Like, against the Twins, of all people. Like, that should have been an easy fucking win.
I hate those people too.
Sports, sports.
Sorry.
Twins, triplets,
Fuck.
quadruplets, they all think
Fuck.
they're special. They're not.
Fuck my team, fuck their team, fuck all teams.
I mean,
Anybody, any of our American friends want to explain to Tyler why they call Minnesota the Twin City?
Don't get it.
I wish I could tell you, but I'm just as clueless as you are.
I should know this. My mom is from Minnesota.
One of my best friends used to live in Twin Cities. He just recently moved down to Pensacola, though.
What's the other fucking city? You just said
Um,
Twin Cities. I'm very confused.
It's Minnesota's like the main one, and then yeah, what is the other one?
St. Paul,
They're like-
St. Paul, and Minneapolis.
there you go.
Minneapolis.
You guys aren't saying it right though. It's Minnesota.
It's
Minnesota. Minnesota, guys. It's soda,
Minnes-
not pop.
My bad, my bad.
Sody pop.
I'm getting
At
way
least-
off track. Has
at
anybody
least I-
seen that video?
Yeah, at least I know that the other city aside from Minneapolis is St. Paul. I could tell you that much. So
there you go, Tyler. That's why they call it the Twin Cities. They happen to settle those 2 cities very close together, and they ended up working together fairly early. I mean, they're basically one metropolitan area now, but they, back in the day, when they settled them along the rivers, they ended up unintentionally settling near each other. And then once they found out about each other and started working together, because they had 2 separate governments, but basically traders and stuff that came through had to basically stop at both of them. So they called them the Twin Cities because they were so close together.
Interesting.
Their cultures developed the same, their idiosyncrasies developed the same, whereas back then, since like communities were so isolated, there was a lot of unique idiosyncrasies in between communities, so travelers would have to adapt to what was rude in one area. There was a lot of consistency, but because they were so close together, they were almost identical, so they were called the Twin Cities, like twins.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
That's how close they are
And-
now.
And this is all in Minnesota.
Correct.
Minnesota.
Minneapolis, it's,
Okay, alright.
in the state. Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Gotcha.
On
Okay.
a
Very
different
good
planet, though, you have last game. Did everybody get leveled up?
Yes.
Yep.
More importantly, did anybody not get leveled up? How about that?
Oh no, my dice changed colors. That's so lame.
I don't think I had anyone whose issue I didn't address. If there is something that comes up, let me know. Other than that, we're going to get started. So, quick recap, since we're starting a little late due to the DM sucking. The
Yeah.
recap.
that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. So, you managed to. Let me go all the way through. Let me turn off the line of sight and the light. There you go. So you can see the whole map. You managed to go all the way through this whole area. The only thing you really didn't see besides the library area was actually a secret chamber right here in the purple. If you guys zoom out a little bit. Right here.
Of course, the purple, the best color.
Just to show you guys that.
hey guys, look what I found. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So, with that being mentioned, we ended the game as you guys were exiting the temple into this foyer. When you exited into the temple, you found that the Claven guards are dead. You found their dead bodies there. That's also why they likely didn't respond to your, sounds of combat because they were killed. The door that you unlocked was very hard for them to go through. They didn't bring anyone capable of picking locks. They brought people with the intention of killing. These are massive stone doors. So we are going to pick up as you open the doors, expecting to find guards, Claven guards, but instead finding dead Claven and some humanoid guards. And when the door first opened, besides the surge of power, of course, that came through with your level up, you have Baden move forward and embrace another man who has very similar features to him, and quickly, before anybody who have, all of which have weapons, says, "This is my brother. I expected they would be bringing mercenaries, but I didn't know we would meet them halfway. They are," he points to you and says, "This is my unintended but thankfully found rescue party." His brother is very similar, dressed in desert clothing. The doors towards the other side of the foyer, as I close that down, are also open, letting light in. Have a mask on. Let me see if I can delete that mask. So the ambient light is spilling in. Outside, you can smell the heat and sand. His brother moves forward and thanks you right away for rescuing him, his brother, before he had to. So he's definitely grateful. Is there a leader who leads this group, or are you simply working together? And
We are, an alliance of adventurers, in common search of good, and at this point, more likely, a way back home.
he holds out his hand to you, Arthanis, since you introduced yourself, or at least spoke first. And he says, "My name is Raiden. We are traders who carry supplies. I'm not exactly sure what you've been told, but I am carrying supplies. I can provide you food and water and information and repay the kindness you have done by rescuing my brother."
I am Arthanis. Thank you for offering this assistance, and we're happy to have helped. Food, transportation, water, all that sounds excellent. Information would be excellent as well, but you may not have enough to give us. This is a new land to us. We came through the gate, I guess you might call it. I'm not sure what you'd call it.
He gives a nod. He says, "They are called gates. And there are, at the moment, 12 known gates in a nearby city, a capital city of this region known as Zelargos. Our planet is known as Argoza. And you are presumably off-worlders. That being
Absolutely.
those from another planet. The Jagaladine Lamarck found a gate here in an abandoned temple. Gates are an incredibly valuable resource, an incredibly powerful tool, all 12 of which leading to separate inhabited worlds or uninhabited worlds in Zellar Ghost are under the control of the coteries. They are guilds, gangs, depending on the coterie. Some are crafting of nature, some are thugs, but all 12 are under their control and protection. So a unknown gate is a secret worth keeping. And he kind of makes some motion for the mercenaries as they're kind of dragging the Claven bodies out. They close one of the doors to block some of the wind, and they bring in some actual food, not trail rations or anything like that. It's like a haunch of meat. It's not, fresh off the spit, but it's definitely fresher than a lot of the food you found in here, like trail stable, dehydrated food, as well as a small keg, not a full size, but one of the travel kegs of desert wine. It's like a cactus wine. It's bitter, a little acidic, but it also has a semi-sweet flavor. And he begins making sure that every one of you has access to at least a cup and some meat. And he says, there are no more, as far as we know, forces coming. Lomric doesn't have the ability to travel back here without us, at least not yet. So you can rest. I will place guards, and I will answer any questions you have before we get to the issue of repayment and helping you within the information you seem to want.
Thank you, Ryder. Perhaps each of my friends could introduce themselves to you, and maybe if they have a question, they could ask it. That maybe would be a good starting point. I need time to collect my thoughts.
You can move on the map if you so desire. I'm not using the map at the moment. It's more theater of the mind as he kind of pulls everything in and gets food and gets a seat, and he looks around at the group and says, you need not give your names if you're not comfortable, but I and my brother Baden owe you a debt. And answering your questions as best I can as off-worlders. You seem unfamiliar with interplanetary travel between the gates. So information is the best way to start.
Yeah, Tedno.
Straight
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let's say Tedno would probably be stepping forward and introducing himself next. He'd be like saying, "Hey, name's Techno. Just how long has this gate technology been known?"
Here on Argosa, we have legends dating back thousands of years. The gates are not constructed by any that we know to be alive. He makes a motion towards the mural. He said, this was a temple built long ago to worship what my people called the star beings. They have numerous names. I can't tell you all of the names. Star spirits, star beings, greater beings. They were worshipped. We know they existed. They were, to my people, godlike, worshipped as gods. Now, as we have advanced, we know that they were off-worlders of very advanced technological means. They mentored our people in a benevolent fashion, helped us grow without endangering us with technology we couldn't handle, but at some point they left long ago. The gates are remnants of their time here. We don't know how to build them. We don't know how to repair them. We don't know how to change them. We know that we know how to operate them, to turn them on, to turn them off.
Huh. Interesting.
Ash will ask, are we still within the prime material plane?
I cannot venture too deep into. I've heard the terms. I believe they are more of the theologians aspect. But yes, as best as I have heard some traveling theologians mention, the prime material plane is the plane of existence where mortal life exists, and that is where we are. I don't know what it means, but that is what I have heard from the traveling priests.
And you do not know where these starred beings went? They're just gone?
There are countless theories. The theologians say that they departed many eons ago in an act of the ultimate self-sacrifice to imprison the ultimate evil. They could not. Only their power could contain the great evil, their enemies, and so they departed to stand guard over the prison, is what the theologians say. How
That is a shame. And how well do you know Lomric?
Not at all. They were. Lomric is a Jagladine, a rarely seen, though not extremely rare to the point of myth or legend. They are simply uncommon, or a little more than uncommon, in Zelargos and other areas. He is a known associate of a group that is not well liked. We found ourselves, unfortunately, stuck with having to decide between making an enemy of him and having him wipe us out, or provide him and his forces here supplies. It was a tiger by the tail situation, as I've heard said. Jagladiner insectoid, and he is not well liked. His Klaven are not well liked, and the organization he's affiliated is not well liked, but they are powerful.
If we were to try and find allies against the Claven and against Lomric, aside from maybe yourself, is there a powerful groups out there who might support us?
It is rumored that there is an opposing group to Lomeric's group. Lomeric is a member or an agent of the hegemony. It is typically in shorthand referred to as the hegemony, but it is officially known as the Ultari hegemony. The agents of the hegemony are quite common. They pass through Zelargos frequently, or at least a few times a year, rarely staying. There is rumored to be an organization known as the Accord. I cannot testify to any of their members in Zelargos. They tend to be a secretive organization, so if they are there, they would be your best bet for allies. If they are on Argosa, Zelargos would be where they will be. It is the only source of active gates in the area or on the planet. There may be other gates, as evidenced by this temple, but it is the only site of known gates, and there are 12.
So just to be clear, were you born on this planet?
Yes, my people and my family has lived on Argosa for our entire existence. We are native to this planet.
And we are the same, you and I, right? Well, maybe close to the same?
The theologians tell that the planets were seeded by the star spirits, with many of the same species, some planets having more of another to give them room to develop as they see fit. The planets we have found often have similar species. Cultures differ as they developed on different locations.
Speaking of that, do you suffer here?
Ugh.
I don't understand the question.
Where we come from, there is a mighty god known as Ilmeter. Does that name mean anything to you?
He shakes his head. He says, I am not a religious man.
You do not need to be religious to believe in Ilmeter. Ilmeter tells that those who suffer, which is of course us all, will one day find peace. So I ask you again, have you or do you suffer?
Argosa is a desert world. A small world, but a desert world with some green areas. It is a hard life. Suffering is a part of it.
And with a smile on his face, Arthanis will say, then we are the same.
Arthanis, I think everybody suffers in some way.
Praise be to Ilmeter.
Well, I don't think everybody prays to Ilmater, but sure.
I also would not like to suffer at all.
Yeah, there's also that.
Yeah,
And
suffering
yet-
hurts.
And yet, your fear of suffering in of itself is a suffrage.
Okay.
And praise be to that. It is Ilmeter's will. But these Claven and this Lomric, I worry that their suffering is too against the order, too unnatural.
Claven are universally servants of the hegemony. They almost always follow the orders of one or agent or another. Lamarck is the, as far as we can tell, the Jagladine leader. Unfortunately, I am not able to provide you any information about the gates besides the general knowledge, but I can give you safe passage across the desert.
I have a question.
He turns to you and nods.
You mentioned finding worlds, but also that the gates don't usually get set up for different locations. Is there other ways to leave this planet?
The gates are the only known interplanetary method to me, anyhow.
I have a question. Is there any place where we can shower? I mean, we've been through slime and who knows what else.
This is your best bet for cleanliness would be Zelargos. There are other settlements, but given that you seem to desire to leave this world, Zelargos is your only bet.
Okay, thank you. The food is good.
I'm glad you enjoy it. What other questions can I answer for you? And what is it you desire to do?
Well, perhaps we could use some time to discuss as a group as to what we think our next best steps would be. You said you could post guards here and allow us to rest?
You can rest here, or if you have a desire to leave, you can rest while we travel. But yes, you can rest here.
What do you all think? I don't think we have much choices, but do we want to go to Zalagros?
I don't
Seems
see a
like the best
reason.
option to me.
Yeah.
He pulls out a piece of paper, more animal skin. He lays it down, and it is a decently made map of the area. And he says, "This is the immediate surrounding area." And he makes a mark on the map here and says, "This is your current location. This is where we are now. This is the hegemony base." Which I suppose is now an unoccupied base. Though I'm not sure the hegemony will surrender it. Zelargos is 50 kilometers to the west. A day and a half, maybe 2-day travel, depending on how fast we push. There are other settlements. A 10-day, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on which one you would like to reach, depending on the method. The desert is the predominant feature of Argosa. Around the mountains, around some foresting features, you can find greenery around, but move too far from any major geographical feature and the desert takes over.
So we start with Zelargos and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's
This at
true.
least gives us a place to work from.
And our goal is to return home, yeah?
Yes.
If
That
home
is
even
where-
still if home is even still there, of course.
I really hope it is.
I'm sure it is.
And can we return without a way to defeat Lomric and his forces? I mean, we might return just to find that they're there waiting for us. Then, of course, there's the matter. Perhaps this is Elmater's will. Perhaps we're meant to be here and to suffer
so.
with these people.
I completely disagree with that.
If anything, we're meant to be here to save people and then go home.
Oh.
He said it is worth mentioning that to you that I delivered Lomric to Zelargos about 5 days ago. So he is in the city, or was. His intention was to locate someone he claimed could repair the gate.
Okay, so that's both good and bad news.
Do we want to destroy the gate?
Can we destroy the gate?
Don't see why not.
Nalka
Has it-
probably could.
right- Ryder, has that been done before? Has the gate been destroyed?
It's true.
That would at least prevent him from going back.
Indeed, it's a good idea.
I'm not against it.
Okay, wait. We want to destroy a gate. For what purpose?
To prevent
are we
Lom
sure?
from going back through.
It would be pretty funny.
I'm not disagreeing with that. However, how do we get back?
We have no way of getting back. Like Lomric is trying to bring somebody here to repair the gate so that he can get back through.
Well, then perhaps that is our way back. We wait,
Well,
and when he
us-
returns, we
us
kill
going
him, and
back through would just bring us back to that ship we were on. It wouldn't take us home.
that's true though. Yes, yeah, and that ship we assume wasn't on our planet, correct?
But could we not assume that we could find a way to get back to our planet through the ship?
No.
Not even by what's it called? And I'll
I
look
think that's
over
it.
like Hazel or something and be like, when like people take over like a pirate ship. What's that called?
I've never even
boat.
seen the ocean before.
Oh. Well, then.
I don't know anything
Uh,
about boats, is what I'm saying.
I think it starts with a C, but I could be wrong. Anyways,
Mutiny?
Commandeer?
oh,
Commandeer.
it might be that one. Anyways, we could take over the boat. I mean,
Right, we don't
not
have a
the boat,
captain.
the ship, and drive it home. I don't know how to drive it, but
And it was damaged severely. I don't know if that would even be an option. Not that now I know anything about boats.
I personally volunteer Artemis as being our captain.
agreed.
yeah.
Well,
As long as we don't have to hear about Ilmater again.
or suffering.
Sounds like I won't be captain then.
Oh no.
Also, I am okay with dying. I don't know if any of you have caught on to that yet. It seems like at least one of you, and I'll look directly at Hazel, but likely many of you do not want to die anytime soon.
Definitely not.
I
Hazel raises
actually,
hand.
I welcome death's embrace as the ending of my suffering, of course, as per Elmeter's expectations of life. So I, I'm happy to speak on behalf of the party if we need a spokesperson, but perhaps I should not be the one leading us if you value um, extended lifespans.
I like turn and look at everybody and go, he makes a very valid point.
Wonder
We
if
want somebody
Burner.
who's so willing to die. Now, hold on though.
No, technically that was Elmeter's point, just to give the credit where
Okay.
it's due.
Anyways, if you're so willing to die though, how come you fight so hard to stay alive? Just curious.
So that you do not suffer unduly.
I thought it was so you can prolong your suffering before death.
No, that's when I heal you.
Okay.
I wonder if Burner can repair the ship.
I look at Burner. Nah, I don't think so.
If he can, I'll certainly take a whack at it. After all, Dagno just kind of rolls his head. He just kind of rolls his neck. I'm like,
It's in the name.
yep, that's what I'm here for.
I am not very good with my hands. I cannot get my voice right tonight at all.
Oh, you sound fine, Hazel. If we want to go back there, it could lead to a grisly death, and that could be fine. But I would be curious, even if we made it operational, could we even then pilot it? It could be a long journey. Perhaps finding a workable ship in. Are there ships or boats in Zelargos? Perhaps I don't know.
We could.
Zelargos has numerous craft that are more along river boats.
Wait, is that not what we've been talking about this whole time?
There are ocean boats and there are river boats. River boats
Oh.
have a flat bottom.
So, nothing that will traverse the skies. Or further.
We have legends of such technology, but we do not possess it.
Oh.
If there is, I am not aware of it. But I also spend the majority of my time away from the cities and civilization centers.
So the knowledge could be in the cities and they could have it and you just don't know.
It very well could be.
It brings us right back to the same question: do we stay here? Or do we go to Zelargos?
I say we destroy the gate and then go to Zelargos.
I mean, worst case scenario, we're just stranded on Zelargos for the rest of our lives.
Well, there's other gates. We could be stranded elsewhere.
I'd rather not go back where we were.
Okay,
Hooray.
let's vote on it. Well, let's vote on it first. Do we destroy the gate? Yes or no? I say yes.
Indifferent.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
I'm down for a good destruction.
Oh, Andretta, do you care?
Andretta is unconcerned. She is not going to get involved, but she is going to travel to Zelargos because she is much more interested in not being in the desert. The way she views it is some of the greenery, maybe, but she's interested in civilization.
Okay, fair enough.
Get ready to do some smashing, Nalka.
Alright, let's see what happens.
Is that the plan? We're gonna beat it with weapons?
Do you have
Oh.
a better idea?
No, I was hoping you were just gonna say yes.
Oh, well, yes.
I could
Okay.
just hit it with a thunder wave. we all know what happens when I do that. So
Perhaps let us try with traditional means first, and then we can slowly progress into the obscene.
I'm
All right. So Nalka approaches the gate.
Okay.
So does
Uh,
Arthemis swinging with two hands at the gate with his warhammer.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Hazel is staying at the entrance to this place.
Arthanis is aiming with the Warhammer, and Nauka's swinging with the Morningstar, simultaneously striking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looks like both attack rolls managed to hit. All right, roll the damage.
And
UI
Kazu,
Divine Smite.
What's
It'd
that?
be pretty funny if he did.
It'd be hilarious if he did.
I guess I better Divine fucking Smite then.
and Kazu do a drop kick on it.
Is the gate technically undead?
No. Kazu can drop kick it.
Yay.
Techno's gonna join in with the flying kick as well.
Okay.
Oh, that is
Techno
surprisingly
strength check.
strong.
That's a hit.
My go.
All right.
Drop kick. Oh heck.
You'll need to. Do either of you have anything that increases your unarmed strike damage?
I don't.
Uh,
I just do
I
it for
don't
the.
think so.
I just do it for laughs.
I don't think I do.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you did Divine Smite.
I did. So technically, so the
Is-
Warhammer lights up even more, and I smash. Technically, because I have great weapon fighting now, I get to reroll both of those ones.
And so the
So-
11 is the one that counts.
Yeah, so I did a total of 23 damage there.
Okay. So got all of that plus 1 damage from Techno and Kazu. That's 1 damage from you. Or do you? I think Kazu, you said you were kicking it.
I do a drop kick. Yeah.
Okay. And are you all hitting at the same time?
Probably.
Sure, why not?
So the gate is currently inactive. You swing your Warhammer, glowing though it may be, your Morning Star as well, and 2 drop kicks, hits the gate, and reverberates back. And the damage absorbed by the gate is replied directly into all of you, all of the damage, consolidated,
Ouch. I'm dead.
shatters the Warhammer,
Oh!
No.
no.
breaks Kazu's leg, breaks Techno's leg, and doesn't break the Morning Star, but you feel the Morning Star begin to reverberate in a way that indicates that it is suffering damage.
Oh.
The magical nature of the Morning Star is the only thing that prevented it from damaging or breaking.
Thunder wave it is.
Maybe not.
I will.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I will spend a spell slot. We got 2 people
Well-
down, right?
Yeah.
I will spend a spell slot on Kazu to cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, and I'll wander over and go, God damn it! And cast Cure Wounds on Techno.
It was worth a shot.
I kind of knew that was a bad idea.
And yet you said nothing.
Would you have listened?
No.
Exactly.
Never.
It's likely these things cannot be destroyed.
That would appear to be the case.
So I'm definitely not casting magic at that. That looks like it would fuck me up.
You guys all melee attacked it though, right?
Yes. Ow.
Should I try with like a produce flame?
Should we get out of the way first?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm out of the way. Yep.
Yeah. All right, back up.
Elka and Dreda, get out of the way.
Oh, the gate's way over.
Yeah, the gate's quite a ways away.
Maybe it's in the theater of the minding.
Indeed.
I'm just kind of like showing how far away I would want to be. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't fuck me up. It's only a D8 damage, so. I did not mean to do it twice. Does a 17 hit? I think it did, right?
It does, yes. So you throw a produced flame at it. It strikes the surface and is absorbed.
Does it hit me back?
It does not reverberate backwards. But it definitely does no damage to it.
Okay, well, I think it absorbed my magic, so that's not gonna help.
Oh.
I think maybe we dismantle it with tools. Like, not by forcefully breaking it. You got a screwdriver, Techno?
One of the brothers, Raiden, leans over and says, "Those are probably going to be beyond your ability to destroy. Not to prevent you from hitting them, but if nothing else, the location is probably an extremely valuable resource of an active gate not disassembled for whatever it is you're looking for in Zelargos."
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Would it be beneficial to just, like, cut the wires?
There are
And
no
like-
wires that you can see.
This thing is so annoying.
I mean, it's inactive at the moment.
Yes, perhaps it is time to move on.
Well, maybe we should rest and heal first.
You can rest on the right, correct?
Yeah, I suppose so.
So
Come on, Burner.
he's happy. They are happy to drop you off at Zelargos. They're also happy to take you there and get you inside the city. They can take you to another city, but as he said, there's no other city that has, or town that has gates. Zelargos is also the biggest city. It's the most metropolitan. It also has the most off-worlders. While you may find some off-worlders, most are Argosian in other places. They do request that if you're going to go to Zelargos, you do not mention their names of how you arrived. They can get you into the city without having to explain yourself to any guards. But once they get you in the city, they don't plan to go or spend any more time in Zelargos for quite a few months.
That makes sense.
They want to give Lomric time to do whatever he's going to do and not be there when he comes back. If you happen to find Lomric, he will probably be the one who knows the most. Whether or not you can make him tell you, he shrugs.
I actually thought of another question. Nalka fishes into a pouch and pulls out a gold coin. Is this money here?
Yes, Zelargos is a commerce city. It is a city of traders. They use precious metals and gems from numerous planets. They often weigh coins. Sometimes off-worlders bring coins of denominations that are containing more precious metal than a standard Zelargosian, and they are able to convert them, and sometimes they are less. You may come with 100 coins and that are actually only worth 75 Zelargosian denomination or 125. It just depends on what the weight of that coin is. There are money changers.
And you wouldn't happen to be able to give us any idea of the...
He deals typically in barter.
Fair enough.
Arthanis will take the mace that Nalka gave him and kind of hold it in his hand for a bit, and then try and hold it in two hands, and then just kind of shake his head and offer it back to Nalka. Thank you, Nalka, but I feel like I can't cause enough suffering with it.
How ominous. How about the quarterstaff?
There are
And then
6
I'll-
battle axes in our.
I'll pull out one of the battle axes that we've been
Oh shit.
collecting, and I'll pull it out. I'll hold it in two hands and go. Now this could perhaps cause some suffering. And I'll raise it up into the air, and then I'll cast light spell on it, like I was doing with the Warhammer, and just the blades will. Well, I don't. Like, what do these battle axes look like again?
Like a battle axe.
Battle or hand axe? Oh, there's the battle axe, I think.
Yeah, you can do one-handed or two-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like the double bladed ones, or is it just like a big old axe?
I think it's got like a spike on the back.
Ooh. Yeah, let's roll that then. So spike on the back and then blade on the front. The spike and the blade light up with the light. Yeah, it works. There you
Ooh.
go.
So would
Now
you
the-
guys like to do something specifically here? Or like do you want me
Rest.
to apply a long rest before you leave?
Or well,
You can do a short rest on the road.
You
well
can
maybe I'll take a long rest if possible. It would Ryder be able to tell us this? Should we be prepared for combat on the road?
Yes.
He shakes his head. Not in this area. The different coteries all patrol the area. Zelargos is extremely well protected. They do not brook disruption to commerce in the area. We are within 4 or 5 days travel around Zelargos. You will not have many who survive attempting to disrupt it.